Hey guys. Good morning. Today we've got something extreme to build. Let's see. Let me say hello. Monday I didn't take some time to say hello to everyone at the start of the stream. So if you were there, sorry. Let's see. We got Mike, Gray. What's going on there? Daniel, Luke. What's going on, guys? Ricky B, Booty Warrior, Warhammer over there on Twitch. Also Amy over there on Twitch. Who else did I see there? Mariano was first. Going back there in the chat. Jake, Ima, Warren, Denny, Nontat. Trying to get everyone here. What's going on, guys? Some of you first in the chat there. King Thugless there on Twitch as well too, if I'm pronouncing that right. Could be. Ninja Guy. Jake, it's your first stream, Jake. Oh, well, welcome. Chris Bullis, what's going on there? Connor. Hey guys. Doing well. I've been really wanting to build the Asuka kit, but this morning I was thinking Asuka or Extreme. I thought we'll do a Gundam today. I'll put off the Asuka build one more time. Thumb regeneration is going well. Actually, I was just kind of chipping away. I had like a big layer of super glue over the top of the whole thing, basically to protect it, because it's been kind of annoying. But I was like, actually just earlier this morning, I was just chipping away some of the super glue off of it. But yeah. So I thought I would delay the live build of the Figuarts Labo Asuka one more time, and maybe do that tomorrow or Friday. If not tomorrow, then Friday. But I want to build that because then I want to build something else as well too. This week, I think. We'll see. Anyway, yeah. I also have a couple of SD builds that I want to do. So if I can. If I think I'm able, then maybe we'll do the Asuka live build tomorrow, and then on Friday we'll do a couple of SD kits that I've got over here as well too. So they'll be kind of different than usual things. The Kraken dress, yes, the Kraken dress is still on my to-do list. Just kind of behind in getting stuff built up. Also, I'll just show this to you guys because this just came in yesterday. As if I already wasn't behind enough, we got this monster of a kit, the, what is it, the Satoru Kanashia? Yeah, version Ganessa version of that, the gigantic Megami device kit here. Look at that. Huge box. So, yeah, that should be quite the thing. That'll take a while to get that put together. Liked my review of the Toads Raider, thank you. I still have mine to build and customize. Wanted to use the rifle from the Extreme. Ah, there you go. Yeah, the rifles with this Gundam are pretty wild. I mean, of course you have like the guitar rifle, but then the new rifles for this version are pretty cool. And I don't know if... Here's the thing with this kit. I'm not sure I'm gonna really like the design or not. I do like it, I think, based on just like the promo images, you know? But, you know, sometimes when you build a kit, when you actually build it, you end up liking it more or liking it less sometimes, so. Usually the case is that I end up liking the design more after I've actually built the kit. But I don't know about this one. I do like the design, but I'm a little bit worried that maybe after building it, I might not actually end up liking it quite as much as I expected I would. But we'll see. I don't really have a lot of background experience with this particular Gundam. I've never played the game that it's from. And so, I mean, I've never built the regular original version of this kit. I was trying to get both words out at once there. The original version of the kit's just the regular Extreme Gundam. It's also one that I've never built. And mostly that's what this kit is. There's basically everything new about this kit is mostly kind of just for the new equipment up there on it. So, I mean, it's basically kind of mostly just all the same as the original. Myla, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop spamming that. I'm gonna put you in a real quick timeout here. And I'm gonna not want any more gonna MSA spam for a little while. There you go. If you don't mind, have a quick timeout and come back, and then no more spamming that, please. If you have a question, feel free to ask. Tag me in. If you're trying to get through to me and I'm not seeing your question, just tag me in the question so that way I can pick it out easier in the chat. But for the sake of everyone else watching, please no spamming. Alright. It's really cool, the design of the torso. It kind of reminds me of the strike, especially this part, how the strike kind of has those frame parts that kind of stick out through the front there like that, except in this case they're clear orange instead of gray, like with the Strike Gundam. But it's very kind of similar look. And with putting these chest vents in the front there, that's it. That's all there is for the torso, so very simple. I have this part as well too, which is actually meant to add later, but I just kind of have it here at the moment. So yeah, pretty simple. You have the typical seam line there on the top, as usual. Let's see, also got the parts here for the backpack, which is much later on in the manual, but easier to just go ahead and put this together right now. So let's see. That goes there. Have that backwards. There we go. Luke, how's my thumb? Yes, my thumb is doing okay. Thank you for asking. It's healing. I was just mentioning earlier that it's kind of better, getting better. And I'll have to test this out later. The back looks like it's the same kind of two-hole system there for swapping out different like HG backpacks. It could be slightly different because this came out in 2011. I think the base kit came out in 2011. That was, I think, before they were really doing any HG kits with like a universal backpack attachment point. But it looks basically the same, so it could be. If you guys know offhand, if you built this kit, the P-Bandai version, which is just recently released, so it's not very likely that many of you have built this P-Bandai version, but if you built the original Extreme Gundam, and have you tried any other different backpacks on it? Is the attachment point the universal one or not? Josh asked, 2 streams in 2 days. Who died to make this happen? Not actually 2 days. It may be 2 days for you guys. I streamed, it's Wednesday morning here. I streamed before on Monday morning. So there was a day in between that I didn't stream. But yes, pretty close. What's the probability that we see a complete set of striker packs released outside of China? Probably not very likely, I think, for them to release the same kind of thing where it was like a set of all the striker packs in one thing. I would not bet on seeing that outside of China. Alright, hang on, let me adjust the camera. I don't know, it's so bright. It's very strange indeed. I just adjusted the camera before streaming, and now it seems to have gotten much brighter over the just 10 minutes, whatever, 15 minutes that we've been streaming. Don't know how that happened. I don't want it to be too dark. That's maybe a little bit better, yeah? It's better, I think, yeah. There we go. Francis, thank you for the thumbs up. But as we were just saying a few minutes ago, try not to spam that. I saw your thumbs up. Thank you. All right. HG's young narrative worth to get. If you can find it for a decent price, that's not very likely that you can find it for a decent price. It's going to be expensive either way, but yeah, if you can get your hands on it for a somewhat decent price, then yeah, it's cool. I like it. I enjoyed building that one. Considering I had already built the Neo's Young, so it was my second time building the kit, and I still had fun building it, so that should tell you something there. Alright, let's be sure to put the stickers. See, here's the thing with this kit, why I'm thinking I may end up being a little bit disappointed with it after being built. Because look at that sticker sheet. That's... oof, man, you hate to see it. You open up the box and you see that, and ooh boy. I mean, no matter what you think about stickers, you know, if you're the kind of person who gets a kit and immediately tosses the stickers in the trash because you paint or whatever, or you just don't like using stickers or whatever, or if you do use stickers, whatever the case, you know, you hate to see a sticker sheet like that as soon as you open up a kit. It just doesn't bode well. It's mostly all stuff for the new equipment. I think like all these massive orange ones. I mean, if you think about like what's on the actual kit, it's probably like just these few over here, which is not too bad. Most of this is just kind of all for the new equipment, I think, basically. So we'll see how bad that actually looks. If it's all like underneath clear parts or something, then it's not that bad, you know? So we'll see. I didn't like pay that close attention as I was just like leafing through the manual to seeing exactly where all those stickers go and everything. The other thing I didn't know about this Gundam is that it has a face on the back of the head as well too. I didn't know that. It's a Gundam that I'm just not that familiar with. So that surprised me as I was just preparing the parts and just like going through the manual and seeing, oh, it's got a head on the back of the head. Kind of like the Reborn's Gundam kind of thing, I guess. So just another aspect of the design I was not familiar with. And I don't know if that was even really shown that much in the promo material. I mean, like I said, I wanted to get this kit because I thought it looked cool in the promotional images, but I don't remember seeing that. It's very possible I could have just missed that detail. Just kind of briefly looking at the promo images, maybe not long enough, but let's see. Much, I'm guessing that's pronounced Much. What's poppin', party people? For some reason I want to pronounce that Mitch, but I'm assuming it's Much. So we do have these stickers here for the side of the head as well too. These parts. That's unfortunate. But it seems like a relatively easy part to paint. To mask and paint that. Hey, I'm the best. 22, you are the best. Thank you for that super chat there. Don't know why they didn't make an HG Extreme Gundam type LEOS 2 blue one in later games. A better one of this Gundam. Yeah, again, I'm not familiar with the Gundam, but I have played with the Gundam a little bit on the mobile game, the Gundam Battle Gunpla Warfare, whatever game, and yeah, it's blue. It's a little bit different version of this Gundam, right? The blue version. So I don't know. I forget what the actual title is. The title of this kit is, and this Gundam is kind of ridiculous with the whole type LEOS, Eclipse phase, all this stuff. I don't know what's going on with that, but. And Yanjo, thank you as always for the super chat there. I've escaped from the shackles of work to donate. Well, I appreciate that. Glad to hear of your escape. So yeah, those stickers on the side of the face, not that bad. I'm not going to hold that too much against it for like small details, especially on the head, where it's kind of hard to get too much part separation with these little small parts around on the head. So so we have seen some HG kits with some really crazy part separation on the head, like some different IBO kits and stuff like come to mind. So it's even got the V-fin on the back of the head as well too here, which is like turned upside down. I guess that, and it kind of covers up the face there on the back with these parts like that. So I guess during some transformation or something, at some point that like rotates around or something. Again, I don't know. And I better do my research before the review because I don't want anyone to get mad. But there you go. So yeah, the whole V-fin on the back of the head, as long as if you ignore that, the head looks pretty cool. Definitely the V-fin parts here need to be sharpened. The flags on there kind of really kill the look of that. But ignoring that, it's a cool head design. But I would definitely not like to keep this here going on the back of the head. I don't like that. I would just opt for turning that into a kind of normal back of the head. Oh, and the other sticker probably goes right on there, doesn't it? Yes. So it is actually a little circular camera there on the back of the head. Mike Wazowski, what did you say here? Sorry, I lost that in the chat. What do you think about the MG Dual Gundam for about 4,700 yen? That seems probably about right. That seems like it should be a little bit cheaper than that, I would imagine. I don't remember what the list price, but if I had to guess, the list price is probably 47 or 4,500 yen. So if you're paying 4,700 yen, then you're paying at least like the suggested retail price for that, which you should be able to get if it's especially if it's not a premium kit. If it's just a standard release kit, you should always be able to find any kit for less than the suggested retail price. Probably. It just depends on how much you're willing to pay for shipping. So like, for example, you could get it off of like obviously getting it in Japan at like a secondhand store would be the best option. You can probably find that kit. If you found it in a secondhand store in Japan, it'd probably be like 3,500 yen, probably. Again, just guessing. That's the absolute best way to get kits. Absolute cheapest way. But aside from that, outside of Japan, you could check like Mandarake or AmiAmi websites, for example, websites that sell these secondhand kits from Japan. And in that case, you know, you could probably get it for a pretty cheap price, around 4,000 yen or something. I don't know, maybe even 38, something like that. But you're paying more for shipping coming from Japan, so, you know, just kind of depends. I don't know if we have it in stock at USA Gundam Store. I would guess probably maybe not at the moment. But if you saw last week's live stream with Adam and I on the USA Gundam TV channel, Adam said over this week and then I think over the next couple of weeks too, they're getting tons and tons of stuff restocked from Bandai. So you could also ask, send a message to USA Gundam Store or to Adam directly or something and ask if that's on the list of kits that's coming back in stock. It's very possible because they're getting a lot of stuff in. So the MG Dual Gundam might well be on there in that case. Again, without checking, I would imagine we probably have it on the site for something like $45, and then, you know, with 10% off code, around $40 plus shipping. Not bad. So, yeah, that's a very thorough answer to your question. I know, maybe more than you cared, but yeah, just kind of that advice just kind of goes for everyone as far as the cheapest options for buying kits, of course. Alright, skipping past the arms and the legs to build the waist here next. Have you painted anything Gundam Wing related? Well, I just recently painted the new Master Grade Wing kit, and I painted the original Master Grade Wing Gundam, Wing Zero Custom, Wing Gundam Zero. What's the old version? The original version of that kit was not called the Wing Zero Custom, was it? The original Master Grade with the angel wings. Well, maybe it was. Anyway, yeah, I painted that one, and now I've painted the new Verka version, and I think that's maybe all that I've painted wing related. Oh, well, I did a custom Leo kit as well too, a kit bash kind of Leo kit. Oh, and sorry, speaking of Leos and speaking of Patrick, sorry, I was in the middle of talking there. I missed saying thank you to you again, Patrick, for your super chat there as well, donating the Band-Aids for Modeler's Thumbs Foundation. Thank you, Patrick. Actually, my wife did just buy some more Band-Aids yesterday, so very much appreciate it. And yes, since we're talking about Patrick's donation and wing kits, this is another set that was donated. Thank you very much. There, that is also, I do want to live build this set as well too, so the Mercurius and the V8. So maybe next week, if I can get these ready by next week, we'll do that. We'll do these, them, we'll do them. We'll build these kits, this set, next week. Yeah, those would be cool. Alright, what did I do with the manual? Why did I do that? Okay. Back to work. Let's see. So... the skirt armor is a little bit different for this version as well too. I think it also has some new parts for the skirt that are different from the original version as well too. Let's see. Daniel asked, I'm going to San Diego. Where should I look for HGs or an MG? I have time in my trip for one store. I don't know, offhand, I don't know any brick and mortar stores in San Diego or in that area. Offhand, I couldn't tell you, I'm sorry, but if you ask around in some different groups or something, especially if there's like a Facebook group for San Diego Gunpla or something like that, there's a lot of different Facebook groups, so it's very possible that there's a group. If you can find a Facebook group, I would recommend asking there. They would know better than me. And Andy Flores, thank you so much for the super chat there as well too. Hope it's cool to ask any idea on what happened to the Gundam.tk AK Robert 184. Robert 184, as far as I know, and as far as I think anyone knows, as like public knowledge, that he just kind of basically quit doing his reviews, mostly just to kind of spend more time with his family. It was just taking up a lot of time. If any of you guys also make content for YouTube or whatever, you know, like recording and editing videos does take a little while, especially for his process. I understand why he made videos the way that he did, but I think it probably was good and bad. It was probably good for him to make the videos like he did, breaking it up into a lot of sections, you know. Yeah, there's pros and cons to that, but one of the cons is that it certainly adds to the time it would take just for doing the video editing and uploading of the videos and everything. So he kind of made it more time consuming for himself, but there's other pros and cons as well too, so maybe it was worth it for himself. But I know he did then like go on to just do some work for like in blog form for HobbyLink Japan. But I don't think he was doing that for that long or that much. I've seen like some people saying that he still does do that, like blogs or like blog posts or something for HobbyLink Japan, but I don't know. I've not like really looked into it. He's not. I know a lot of people in the kind of Gunpla content creation sphere online, but I don't know him. I've never talked with him. This is too extreme. Keep my mild going. What's going on, Chris? Chet said I did movie reviews for a bit, but it was keeping me away from my social interactions that I'm used to. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Bear King said Robert 184 was my guy. I knew that did Gunpla reviews. You and Mike Kaikotsu are the guys I watch often now. Well, thank you. Glad to hear that. I mean, there's a lot of great content creators making reviews. So, I mean, you like my mat, Chris? Thank you. Yeah, I was talking about this in the stream the other day that I have this white matte, and I also have a black one as well too. Not sure which one is actually maybe best for live streaming. I'm trying out the white one now currently. I like the white one for like reviews and stuff because it gives nice bright light. Usually when I do like reviews like on the green cutting mat or whatever, or even before that, like in the past when I do using like a backdrop or whatever, I'll use like a white piece of paper or something like in the front of the kit to get the bounced light. But with this one, it's kind of like, it's bright enough. It's like translucent, right? But it still bounces enough light to give some good kind of underglow as well too for lighting the kits. As nice as I can during reviews. But lighting is still certainly not my forte, and it's something I'm never pleased with my lighting, no matter how much it kind of improves little by little over time, as like I kind of work on changing up my setup a little bit here and there. I'm still never quite really satisfied with my lighting, and I think I should have put the sticker on here before attaching this part. Yeah, the black would be good for lighter colored kits. Yeah, and there's of course a lot of Gundam kits have a lot of white on them oftentimes, right? So white, too much white is not really good for that. Try to get this massive sticker on here. So here's our first of the big orange stickers for this. Going here on this bit for the side skirt. So in fact, at least for this part of the side skirt here, these big orange stickers are not going underneath clear parts, but they're basically going in to replace clear parts. Just get that all worked in. Oh, there's one anyway. So it's meant to kind of look like two clear parts or something, I guess. I don't know. But you can see like the clear part versus the orange sticker there. You think you'll get the MG Jin once it comes out, or will you wait a while? Yeah, I plan on getting that straight away. I like the Jin design in general. I'm not sure I really like the design of the MG. Unfortunately, I talked about this before, but it's kind of the same case like with the Gunnerzaku Warrior. It's a design that I really like, but I don't know if I really like the design they went with for the actual kit. They kind of stylized it quite a bit, right? So I really like just like the anime version of the design. And the same thing with like the Gunnerzaku Warrior and all those different variants and stuff too. The same thing with the Jin. So I don't know. That's another one. We'll see. Once I get the kit in hand and get that all built up, we'll see if the design grows on me. The design of the Gunnerzaku Warrior has certainly grown on me a lot. I do like the look of that kit more so now than I did at first. I still prefer how it looks in anime, but the kit's not that bad. So it's the same thing with the Jin. I certainly plan to build it and review it straight away, and I'm looking forward to that, but we'll see how my mind may change about how I feel about the design of it. Alright. left side. Well, should basically be opposite of that. Oh, and it seems like these parts are basically the same. There's a left and a right side, but they're actually just mirrored, so it doesn't really matter. Or they're symmetrical, I mean, I should say. Kind of makes for the outside of the part looking a little bit ugly with those attachment points. Seems like something should be attached onto there or something. It kind of passes off as detail, but it would have been nice if they would have engineered these to not be symmetrical and to be one specifically the right side and specifically the left side, so you don't have that detail there. Because like how it is now, you could like switch them either way. And can you use these like as weapons or something? I wonder. What can you do with these parts? They seem like they're kind of meant to be detached and maybe used as like part of the weaponry or something. But anyway, there you go. Let's see. What did you say there, Josh? Josh, do you think the MG Virtue and both Dom and Rick Dom with revised inner frame from the Dodge this year? Yeah, I think all those, the new like 1.5 versions of the Dom and the MG Virtue, yeah, I'm sure those will all come out this year. It's surprising we haven't got any more news about them yet, but I'm sure we will soon. What Q-tips are these? This is just a, it's kind of a pointed Q-tip, not a super sharp pointed one, but it's a little bit kind of harder and comes to a point. Works well for putting down decals, especially like our stickers, foil stickers, like working down the edge, getting it right in there. A lot of times actually I'll use a toothpick, but I don't have a toothpick on hand, it's over there. So this is just what I have nearby that I could grab for this actually. What do you paint Gundam eyes with? Most of the time, either I'll do like a reverse wash. I'll paint the part with lacquer paint and then do like a reverse wash just with some black enamel then around the eyes, or well, yeah, pretty much mostly that's what I do these days. But other times I have also done just painting the eyes just by hand with enamel. Just painting a layer of white first and then whatever color you want on top of that. Just white to make sure that the color is nice and bright. And then if you were doing like green eyes, for example, then you could use your like a light green color or something like that. If you want a metallic, then you don't necessarily need white underneath. You might want to use gloss black underneath if you wanted a metallic. But I don't know, if you wanted like a super bright, then you might want like gloss black and then like a silver or titanium kind of color, or chrome, yeah, something like that. And then either like a clear color or just like another metallic color over the top of that or something, I guess. It depends on what color you want to, I guess. There's a lot of ways to do it. What MG do you want to see from the IBO anime? Raphael, good question. I would actually love to see like a Grays or something more than one of the Gundams, because most of the Gundam designs I don't really like all that much, to be honest. The Vidar I like pretty well, but like with a lot of them, like pretty much with every Gundam design, there's aspects of the design that I like and aspects that I don't like. Like with the Vidar, for example, I like most of the design. I don't really like the feet. That's kind of goes for most of the IBO Gundams. The feet design just is like not good. The Bale is the Bale has like a really cool head design, and like a lot of the Gundam's design is pretty nice. The backpack's kind of weird, and overall it feels a little bit boring, to be honest. The design, while it does have some nice aspects, it's kind of boring. The Floros, I really love the head design of the Floros as well too, and like most of the body is pretty cool on the Floros, and I really like the colors. It's a nice kind of pinky kind of color. But the aspect of the Floros that I don't care for is the transformation. That's easy to ignore because you just don't do it. It's not like if like for example, if I hated the chest design, there's not much you can do about that. But if it's just a transformation, then you just don't transform it. That's easy enough. So the Floros would be cool. But like the Grays or like one of the other different kind of like non-Gundam mobile suits actually would be something that I would prefer. I don't see that happening though. Probably they'll just stick with the Gundams for a while for the next couple of releases, but who knows? I think it's very possible. Someday down the line we may see a Master Grade Greys. I don't see why not. They made a load of different HG variants, and I mean, I'm sure it's popular enough that it would warrant making an MG, so we'll see. But yeah, I think most likely they probably will do another Gundam first. Could be the Floros or like the Gushan Remake, or Vidar, I suppose, also possible. Or what's the other one? Kimaris? Always hate these when you have to fit the polycap up into the foot, because it's always a struggle to get it to go in straight. At least maybe for me, it's kind of big fingers. Maybe it would be easier if you have smaller fingers. Come on. Come on, there you go. MG Landman Roadie. Yeah, that's, I mean, it'd be cool, but again, that's another one I think probably pretty unlikely. Alright, there you go. There's the feet. Easy peasy. Let's see, PC 11. We need one of those. And also PC 8. See, I don't understand why they call it full armor unicorn. It has the same amount of armor and just more weapons. Yes, Cloud Strife. I agree, it is kind of weird, and I never really thought about this until recently. Someone pointed it out to me in the comments on a different video that actually it does have more armor in the fact that it has the 3 shields, and each of the shields has an eye field generator. So it's not physical armor, but more eye field armor. So that makes sense. I mean, I knew that the shield had the eye field generator, but that never really clicked in my mind thinking about that, because I always had the same thought. I mean, I wasn't like, I didn't care that much about it. I wasn't losing sleep over it, like, why do they call it a full armor gun when it has no more armor? But yes, I did also recognize the fact that it was a bit strange to call it that when they didn't really have much more armor. But yeah, it totally does when you think about it. The fact that it has 3 eye field generators then instead of just the 1. So there's that. Indeed. I'd love to get a PG mobile worker. I mean, like the IBO, one of like the IBO mobile workers. Maybe, I don't think PG, but it certainly would be cool if they would make a like a what's that, HG? That's a hard graph, like a hard graph type kit, a larger size kit of one of the mobile workers. Yeah, that'd be cool. I thought I heard it rain. It seemed like it's like some static sound or something. It sounds like rain or something. Full armory like weapons, yes, indeed. Interesting how this knee part goes in there. You slide it in from the back and then rotate that into place. Reminds me of the Build Burning Gundam. Or Try Burning? The Build Burning, did it have the clear part in the knee as well too, or was that just the Try Burning? So this part right there. If they were to do another PG Unleashed, what would you like it to be? Luke. Good question. What would I like it to be if they did another PG Unleashed? I guess maybe like a Zaku 2. That'd be cool. I mean, because the PG Gundam was cool because there, of course, is already a PG Gundam, but it's pretty dated, and a new one is the new one is a big improvement over the original. So I mean, the same could be said certainly for the Zaku 2 as well. It's a pretty dated PG kit and could certainly use an update. So I mean, with the whole Unleashed thing, I think there's a lot of improvements that they could make. What about this little clear part? Where's that supposed to be? Oh, here on the front skirt. Front ankle armor there. Okay. I will say the leg feels a little bit flimsy. The joint there doesn't, I mean, it feels a little bit loose. Not that like I feel that it's going to fall off or anything. The same thing with the ankle armor. Feels a little bit loose on there. It doesn't feel super solid, but it doesn't feel like it's going to fall off. So, I mean, it's fine. But, doesn't have that nice solid feeling that you would like. Also, looking at the kit just like as it is so far, you're definitely seeing those like older HG proportions there a little bit. The head's a little bit big, the legs are a little bit short. Just depends on what you like, right? A light up Heat Hawk, yeah, definitely that's something that they could do. A light up Heat Hawk, I'm sure they could work that out. PG Unleashed God Gundam and Devil Gundam. Don't expect that to happen. PG Unleashed God Gundam would certainly be cool. I'd be down for that. PG Zigok. Yeah, that's another one. Don't think that would be happening anytime soon. Alright. When are you getting your HG UC Cassis? Sorry, I lost that in the chat. When are you getting your, what did you say there? HG Cassis to review. As soon as it comes out, I'll get it shortly after. I don't get it gets early or anything, so I just have to wait till that gets released. Chris DeLuca, any tips on? Sorry, what was that? Also lost that in the chat there. Any tips on masking? I find myself having a lot of trouble with rounded and curved surfaces. Not really. Just kind of takes a lot of patience and practice, and especially on rounded surfaces. It's not easy. Certainly. There's not too much that you can do about it, really. Unfortunately, just you can get like curved masking tape, for example. That can help, but it can only help so much. There's still kind of a trick to it that you have to work out. So it's really just a matter of patience, really. And you also have to not be frugal with your tape. You know, use as much tape as you need for the job, because you're you know, using a little bit more tape than you thought you might need is certainly better than you know, having your masking not come out right and then having to redo it, and then you're going to end up using a lot more tape because you had to redo the whole thing. Or you have the kit come out, you know, less than ideal. So patience and just use plenty of tape, I guess. isn't there a masking putty? Yes, that is also an option. It depends on the parts if that's really a viable option or not. But yes, there's liquid mask, which is basically just like a liquid latex that you can put on the part. Yes, you can use that. I've used that a couple of times. It can be useful, but not always. Yeah, I don't know. It is kind of a pain to work with. It seems like, wow, this is great. It's gonna make my masking life so much easier. But honestly, in my experience trying using that, I found it to be a bit of a pain. So, you know, if you've got like just the right use for it, then it'll be perfect and it'll save your life and you'll love it. But most of the time, you probably won't end up using it all that much. At least that's what I've found. There we go. Now the fun part, we can build arms, which include the massive new cannons and everything up there. So we got the big old parts for that, and we're also going to have to be putting a lot of stickers. Because we're all the way through the kit, and we've really only used a couple of the stickers there, as you can see. We've only used just a couple of them, and I don't think I missed any. Actually, I should check, make sure I didn't miss any stickers. Yeah, there's no stickers on the legs at all. And let me check the body, make sure I didn't miss any there. Nope, that seems about right. Yeah, pretty much everything else going on the arms. How about the Barzam? Yeah, the new Barzam looks cool. I was not able to get my pre-order in for that, unfortunately. It sold out before I could get my pre-order, so I may not end up getting one. But hopefully I can get my hands on one. I may end up getting it much later. But yeah, I wanted to pre-order the red version one, basically just because of the fact that it came with the added equipment on the back of the legs that the Titans color version one didn't have. Okay. That's an entire yellow runner's worth of stickers. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a good amount of new parts in here. It's not like they gave us like 2 new parts and a bunch of new stickers. I mean, like, there's a good amount of new parts in here, so they didn't like skimp out on giving new parts necessarily, but it would have been nice to have some more new parts and less stickers. Yes, surely. So there's your barrel tips for that, which you can extend out. That's cool. That's just meant to be in there, like that. Into our clear part here. Ezra, what happened to my thumb? Someone already I saw someone already answered you in the chat, but what happened to my thumb was I cut it with a butcher knife while I was cooking by accident. It's one of those, eh? This part that needs to stay in there, but it's kind of like not really held in there until you get both pieces together, and it doesn't want to stay. There you go. That's that. Alright. I need a polycap. 11. That backpack is so cool. Yeah, the backpack for this Gundam, I mean, the backpack is very simple. All the big massive cannons and everything is actually attached onto the back of the shoulders. Interestingly enough, yeah, I always kind of, when I've seen the Gundam before, I always pictured the cannons and everything being on the backpack of the Gundam, but yeah, they're not actually. So that's a little bit different. We got these parts, which kind of attach onto the top of the shoulder. So you got some extending action here. That clear part slides, and then also the barrel tip slides out of there. You can pull that out. There you go. Like that. Over there. Ding. Alright. So there's that. And alright, here we got some stickers on this part here. Sticker 11. Well, it's kind of hard to see in the manual exactly how this goes on there, and I think it looks kind of wrong. Like, I think they have that on there backwards. This is sticker 12, right? Yeah. Or does it go like this, and I have it backwards? I think that's right. There you go. Kind of a tricky one. Okay. Are there any pre-2005 MGs you would like to get a 2.0 version of? I like the Zaku ones. Yeah, definitely the Zaku one. Yeah, of course. That's a big one. Other than that, let's see. The GPO 1, GPO 3. I mean, I would say GPO 2 as well too. As you guys know, a little bit of a sore subject at the moment. But just in general, the GPO 2 is just not a design that I like as much as the 1 and 3. So I mean, if you're just asking what would I like to see, I would like to see a 2.0 of the GPO 1 and GPO 3 before the GPO 2. But I think if they're making those, it's very possible they would make the 2 as well. But I don't know, like also the Goof Custom. I don't know exactly. I don't remember exactly when the Goof Custom released, but the Goof Custom, yeah, I'm sure it's probably before 2000. What did you say? 2004, right? The Goof Custom probably came out like 1999 or 2000, 2001, something like that. Because it's a super cool design, and the MG just is kind of lame. Doesn't capture the coolness of that mobile suit very well. Where's this part? It's clear, that's why. That goes in there like that. Okay. Close this up. Kind of very odd construction here for the shoulders, so I'm trying to really pay attention to make sure I don't miss something. It's quite different design. So you have like this, which is kind of your main shoulder armor, which is not that different from the original shoulder armor, which we kind of have here amongst your spare parts. So I'll show you. It's a different color, but similar look to the design that you can see there. So you have the added clear color in there, and these extra parts here on the front and back, and then this big part added on there to the top, of course. So we've got that, which will go onto here like that for some massive shoulders. It's huge. already, even before we add the cannons onto there. And now the actual arm parts. Did you guys hear about Netflix making a live-action Gundam movie? Yes, I heard about that. I posted about that on my Facebook page, and that I think it's pretty hopeful news because what's the director's name? Voight Roberts. I keep wanting to say Kevin Voight Roberts, but I think it's because it must be because in college I had a friend named Kevin Voight. That must be it. But no, it's what's it? It's not Jared. What is it? It's not Jason. It's something with J. I don't know. The director that they put on that. Someone help me out, because Jordan, that's what it is. Thank you. Damn. Anyway, yeah. He, I mean, based on what he's directed in the past, I don't know if there's anything that like I've seen of his that I was super impressed with. But I know that he wanted to direct a Metal Gear movie, and like based on like some interviews or like comments that I'd seen from him regarding that, it seemed like he was really serious about wanting to do a Metal Gear movie, but making sure that it's like Kojima's vision and like staying true to the source material and everything like that. So if he has that feeling about Metal Gear, and if we can assume that he would bring that same thought process into the Gundam franchise, then that's hopeful. I think that's good news. I would still love for a good Metal Gear movie, but I mean, it's kind of one of those things that I don't know. It probably won't end up being good, but I would still just love to see a Metal Gear movie. I don't know. I don't know if it, I mean, it all depends on the writing and the directing, right? If that could be possibly good. I mean, obviously it would have to be possible for it to be good. But it certainly would not be easy. So, I mean, whoever was trying to direct that would certainly have their work cut out for them. Like, I'm sure it was not easy for, like, the directors who have done, like, all the recent comic book movies and everything, like, over the past 20 years or something. Because you have a long established, like, history of these characters and very dedicated fans and all that stuff. So I'm sure there's a challenge to creating respectable comic book movies that are, like, enjoyed by the fans and, you know, do well monetarily and all that stuff, right? Where I think obviously Metal Gear doesn't have the same fandom as like Superman, but I think it would almost be harder to adapt a Metal Gear storyline to a movie than like a comic book storyline, I would imagine, but Mike's wondering if they would start with OG Gundam. I would say yes. I'm sure they would have to. It would have to be a story related to first Gundam, I think, which I think they kind of have to do, but it's also kind of maybe shooting themselves in the foot a little bit, or I don't know if that's quite the right expression for it, but that also might be a little bit boring for some people who are not Gundam fans. Like, doing something a little bit more flashy, like Seed or Double O, one of these, or like IBO, one of these series that are a little bit more kind of, the robots are kind of more cool for like modern day aesthetics. The mobile suits in First Gundam, you know, are, by modern day standards, are not necessarily very cool looking. So I think they'll have a harder time getting, especially kids and young people, like as excited over seeing like a Zaku 1 compared to like the Jin, for example. The two of them, just take the two of them side by side as far as like enemy grunts. One's certainly a lot more cool looking, but yeah, they kind of have to start off with First Gundam, so good luck to them, I guess, on making that cool. Alright, so you build the arm and basically you just build it like that first, and then you build this part later on. I'm gonna build this, I'm gonna skip ahead and put this together right now. So we've got this part like this. We know this. Definitely a lot cooler than a Zok. Well, I mean, if they're able to work a Zok into the movie, I mean, then they're set. That's super cool. They'll have no problem selling lots of Zok toys. Let's see. So yeah, lots of stickers on these backpack parts here. I'm trying to get these placed on here well. Have you seen any Girl Gun Lady episodes? No, I've not yet watched that, and I honestly no plans really to watch that. Not because I'm like against it and I won't watch that stupid show. Nothing like that. It's just that I don't know, I have other things to do. So yeah, probably won't end up watching much of that. That said, I did get one of the kits. That's the other thing that came in yesterday. Aside from the Ganesha kit, I did get this in here yesterday, so I do want to build the kit and try it out, see what it's like. You know, I'll give it a chance. The whole 1-to-1 scale gun thing is pretty stupid. I don't really care for that at all, but I figure I'll probably just give that to my son, actually. Maybe I should paint it up really cool as well too and give it to him. Kind of a seems a bit of a waste of time to spend the time like painting something and all the work that goes into that, and then just to give it to my 5-year-old son to play with. I don't know, maybe put like a ton of pledge future over the top of that to protect it. Let's put like a huge layer, like 5 coats of pledge over the top of the paint. But yeah, anyway, I mean, I'll build the kit and check it out. The girl aspect of the kit also is kind of typical Bandai Mecha Musume kit, where also doesn't really look that great. But we'll see. 5 years old, as in you have twins. No, I don't have twins. Why would you get the idea that I have twins by just saying that my son is 5 years old? My son is 5 years old and my daughter is 3. Oh, I will give myself a little bit of a pat on the back for some perfect sticker application there. If only there were not so many stickers to put. And I will say, I mean, like, kind of nobody likes to have more stickers, but it is kind of nice that this is actually 2 separate stickers, because then you can leave that little bit of gap there to be like the panel line there, which is there is a panel line detail there between the stickers. So it's nice that you can keep that detail basically by just placing the stickers on there just right to leave that gap, where on the other side there is a panel line detail there. Or is it? Is it just a regular seam line, or is there a panel line there? Oh yeah, I think there's a line. I think there's a panel line there, but you're covering it up with the sticker. So let's see if I can kind of make that visible once again. This is where I definitely need a toothpick. Anyway, there you go. Jose, how are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Really hope they make high grades of the other extreme faces along with the Excelia and Valiant surface. Is it face or phase? On the box art it says face, but it seems like just a mistranslation. It's supposed to be phase, right? As in Phase, but they spelled it face, like face. It seems wrong, as far as I can tell. Oh no. Oh, there's this part. I was thinking it's missing a part there. The other downside to this kit that really could have been fixed with them making a premium Bandai version of it is this beam saber, which is an all-red handle and beam effect part molded all as one piece. That would have been a real easy fix. They were making a couple of new runners for us to just throw a new beam saber handle onto the new runner, and just throw in a set of beam saber effect parts. How hard is that? Alright? Jeez, Bandai, come on. Alright, so let's see. And the two sides of this are not symmetrical as well, as I'm learning. So that's on there. I like that. What year is it exactly? I mean, this original kit came out in 2011. Even for 2011, they were still doing the toothpick beam sabers. That seems bad for 2011 even. So man, I don't know about that. That's supposed to fit down into there. To there like that. Is that right though? Okay, yeah, I guess that's right. It's meant to be inside there. Alright. Let's see. Then that one there like that. What the hell? This looks amazing in both red and blue. Yeah, as we were talking about a little bit earlier, it would be nice to see the blue version. I'm not sure really how different that ends up looking. I've got the parts separated out here, basically as if they were symmetrical, but it's really not. It's less symmetrical even than I was expecting, so kind of doing it a little bit wrong here. Tom Holland as Amuro, Robert Downey Jr. either as his dad or Bright Noah. I don't know if I would want to see like Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. in a movie together again, like so soon after the Marvel movies, because then I would just think of them as Spider-Man and Tony Stark, right? On their own, separately, I mean, they could do different characters well enough, I think, but like just seeing them together would just remind you too much of those characters. It's like if you saw, I don't know the actors or actresses' names, but if you saw like the actors for was it Harry Potter and Hermione? I forget the actress's name. It's a well-known actress, but I don't know. Not a Harry Potter fan. if you saw the two of them, like, that actor I think is always going to remind people of Harry Potter, unfortunately for him. But especially if you saw the two of them together in a movie, you'd think like, okay, well, all you'd be able to think about the whole time is Harry Potter. So similar kind of thing. If Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. were in a movie together, maybe like 5 years or so down the line, if they're not in any more Marvel movies together between now and then. I mean, as far as casting goes, really though, who would play Char? Man, that'd be difficult. Nick Offerman as Rambo-Ral? Yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, I don't know about his like action movie acting chops, but he doesn't have to do that much. Rambo-Ral was not in the story that much. And I mean, of course, it depends on how they're writing the movie adaptation of the story, but who would play Char? That's the question. Man. Me? Yeah, I'd do it. Nicolas Cage as MASH. Yeah, what would be funny to do, like, rather than like who would play Amuro, who would play Char, would be like just to think of like famous actors and actresses and like who they would play in the Gundam universe. So like Nicolas Cage, who would he play? Or like well, like for example Robert Downey Jr. Who in the Gundam universe would Robert Downey Jr. play? Well, like that, for example. Could make for a fun episode of Betty White as Ryu, Quattro Vagina as Char, Ryan Reynolds as Johnny Ridden. Yeah, if they were gonna have Johnny Ridden in the series, yeah, Char would be a CG character. Would be a fresh person out of left field. Yeah, Mercenary. I think realistically, that's probably a good guess. It's probably going to be not like established famous actor or anything. It probably will be someone who's relatively new. I don't think they'll probably get someone who's like brand new. They'll get someone who's like kind of up and coming, maybe hasn't been in a lot of movies yet or something, for example. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dozo Zabi. Yeah, I think if the movie was made like 20 years ago, I think now, I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger being pretty old. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I'm gonna not pronounce this name right, I'm sure. Jackaraven? Sorry, I'm sure that's not the correct pronunciation, but thank you for the super chat there. RE100 MSK008 is still my favorite kit I've ever built. The MSK008, which kit is that? I don't know the model numbers that well, apparently. Is that the DJ or the gun cannon detector? Seems like it's probably one of those two. Leonardo DiCaprio as Quattro and Brad Pitt as Char's counterattack Char. Samuel L. Jackson as every character in the movie. No. There really aren't any... Are there any, like black characters in the Gundam universe? Just kind of in anime in general, there aren't very many, are there? And especially at that time. Yeah, there's probably more so in some more modern, different anime series, but I think probably the late 70s, 80s anime probably didn't have a lot of characters of color. certainly all sorts of colors of hair, but skin color was all kind of just generic, basically white skin color, right? And you have like the sentiment that I'm sure you guys have all heard some people say before, like, why don't the characters look Japanese, or why don't they look Asian? I'm sure I have heard that like from my dad or something at some point, or my parents, like when I was young and like first getting into anime and stuff. Lala looks Indian. Yeah. I think that's probably the closest thing, right? I was gonna mention that. Yes, that's true. Lala. I've seen something. I think it was like when the Mega House figure of Lala or something came out, and like I shared it on my Facebook page or something, and then like dad comment for sure. Exactly. Yeah, I think when the Mega House figure or something was coming out, and I shared it on my Facebook page, and then like some people were pointing out that they didn't like that the figure didn't look Indian or something, which I thought was kind of strange. I mean, like I understand, but it is just a an interpretation of the character. Oh no, it wasn't the Mega House figure. It was the it was a painted build of a resin figure. Mia Khalifa as Lala. Mia, why not? She retired from porn, so maybe she would like the chance to try an acting gig, like a clothed acting gig. Let's see. Do the stickers get a pass on application? I mean, I will say that these stickers would be easy to paint. These, because they're all like just big block shapes. I mean, very easy to mask and paint them. But considering I think they're supposed to basically emulate the same look as the clear parts, I really wish that these were actual clear parts, because it seems like that's kind of what they're supposed to be. So that's too bad. But I mean, as far as stickers go, I mean, it's a P-Bandai HG kit, so you can't get too upset about it. I guess some people would. Some people think like, oh, because it's a P-Bandai kit, it should be premium, it should have less stickers than usual, but I don't really share that opinion. But I'm wondering where these stickers go. There's a couple of these stickers here still left that I'm not sure where those go. Where do those go? 15. Okay, those go on the rifle. Oh, that's good. Those all go on the rifle. Okay. Where was I? Here. I wouldn't mind a live action 8th MS Team miniseries. Yeah, I think, yeah. 8th MS Team is certainly something that's better suited for a live action adaptation because it's a much more realistic, grounded series. So it would certainly be easier to adapt something like that for either the big screen or the small screen. Yeah, like if it was just a mini-series, basically as the anime is, but maybe not quite so long, just into like 4 like 60-minute episodes or something like that, for example, somewhere around there. Yeah, it'd be really nice. I've been watching your vids for a really long time, Jack Raven. Well, thank you. The battle with the custom goof is epic. Never seen anything better. Yeah, it's definitely one of the best fight scenes, one of the best action sequences in all of Gundam, I would say, in my opinion. And I think really in the opinion of anyone who's seen it. It's hard to argue that it's not one of the best action sequences in any Gundam series. Okay, so let's see. Connected to that, we've got this. Okay, I was supposed to make 2 of these. That's why that looks weird. A live adaptation of Norris Packard? Yeah, who would play Norris? That's a good question. Yeah. You gotta have someone really cool. And this one goes like that. So that these can plug together there at the top. Okay, I get it. I kind of see what's going on here. I see what's happening with these. Those go on there. Like that. Okay, that's very large, bulky. And Chuck Norris. Cillian Murphy as Char? That's weird, but I don't know. I mean, I like Cillian Murphy, so I don't know if I would necessarily be against that. I'm not sure if that would necessarily be a good fit. I think he looks kind of too old. It depends on which Char they're doing, I guess, but... Michael Shannon as Norris Packard. Who? Gordon Ramsay as Char? Man, I love that. I'm always a Gordon Ramsay fan. That opens up like that, eh? Tom Hardy, yeah. Tom Hardy is Norris Packard, yeah. I can see that. Tom Hardy, or I mean, hear me out. What about even like Matt Damon? I think he could do it. He could play like a bad guy, but like a bad guy that you like a good bad guy, kind of one of those. You know what I mean? A respectable bad guy, sort of, if that makes sense. Danny DeVito. Yes. How could we fit Danny DeVito into it? Alright. Danny DeVito as Haro. Well, there was that. Did you guys see that SNL skit where they're doing the casting for I think it's one of the more recent Star Wars movies. It's one of those casting videos where they have all the different SNL cast are playing different actors and stuff, right? And so they had a part of that Danny DeVito, not actually Danny DeVito, but Danny DeVito auditioning for the part of BB-8. That was funny, and he's rolling around on the ground. Did you guys see that? I know whenever I talk about Saturday Night Live, I feel like I'm kind of the only one that knows what the reference is that I'm talking about, because most of you guys, I think, don't watch it like I do. Hell's Kitchen, but with Gunpla. Man, that'd be fun. I would love to do that and play the part of Gordon Ramsay and just yell at people the whole time. That'd be super fun. Who's gonna be Haman? Tom Hiddlesworth as Char? That's not a bad idea. Yeah. He plays, you know, obviously, as we saw in the MCU, he plays a good, kind of likable villain, right? It's got to be someone who can pull off like the blonde hair, though. I think that's the thing. 'Cause some of these actors, I think, would just look weird with blonde hair. Is that a nub mark? I don't think so. Where? I mean, you guys know me better than that. You're not gonna see nub marks on anything I've got here. I mean, unless you count like this little guy here, you can kind of see there on the end of this little plug that's gonna be completely hidden. Camille should be played by a female character, a female actor. That'd be funny. Yes, you're talking about the Gordon Ramsay thing. Calling out people for nub marks, yes. Yeah. I still want to do a gunpla roasting video. I should do that. I'll try to. Actually, there's something else I need to remember to post, but yeah. Later today, I'll do that. That's a good idea. I'll try to remember anyway. If I don't remember, guys, remind me on the next live stream. But I'll make a post later on today, calling to you all. Calling to you for your submissions for a gunpla roast video. Don't send it right now. Although I have the contest currently ongoing, so I kind of don't want to get all the emails all mixed up, but it'll be fine. Millie Dobby Brown. Who's that? I don't even know who that is. As Camille. Who was that? Is that an actress that I should know? What is she in? Ketchup and mustard color theme. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's a little bit fast food looking Gundam here, isn't it? The Stranger Things kid. Okay. Yeah, I've yet to watch Stranger Things, so sorry. I've been wanting to for the longest time. But I've not yet been able to watch that. Yeah, kind of tricky spot to get this polycap into. Come on. Come on. Get in there. Okay. There we go. There we go. There's that. And there's that. Okay. Tommy Wiseau as Char. Man. Yeah, what? Yeah, so this is why I think we need to have like a... Maybe this would be good for an episode of Gunpla Talk, where we just have like a list of actors and actresses and just try to decide which Gundam characters they would play best. Like, who in the Gundam universe could Tommy Wiseau play? Tom Hiddleston as Garma Zabi? Yeah, actually I think probably that'd be probably a better bit even than Char as Garma. I think that'd be a good one, yeah, actually. I did not kick him. Yes. Maybe, well, she's kind of old. I was gonna say ScarJo as a Sayla Mass, but she's kind of old. Needs to be someone younger, I think. Sad to say, as much as I love Scarlett Johansson. Maybe as like Amuro's mom, just to be in it briefly. How do we get Carl Urban in it? Oh man, you know there's a spot for Carl Urban. He can fit into anything. He'll be in it, no doubt. He can just be like, what could he be? What could he do well? If we're just talking like first Gundam only. Yeah, like he's got to be. He could be like a cool Kai Shiden, because you know Kai is kind of like weak, but like he has to be kind of tough, and I mean like it's kind of similar to Carl Urban's character in the Thor movies. He's like kind of a tough guy, but he's kind of a bitch too. He could do well. I mean, like, it wouldn't be like Kai's character like the same as in the anime, but as far as like a live action like adaptation of Kai's character, I think that could work. Not necessarily being like this badass character, but just kind of being this character who kind of has to be tough at times, but for the most part is not really necessarily that tough of a guy. Jet Li as Char. Jonah Hill as Hayata. Yeah, that's perfect. I've not seen Jonah. Okay. Yeah, not seen Jonah Hill in anything that I know of recently. I think the last time I've seen him is like on SNL or something, where he lost a lot of weight recently. See, man, this thing is very top heavy. Gigantic shoulders and stuff, looking ridiculously large on them. But there you go. Let me just also build up the weapons here real quick. They're pretty simple. Jason Momoa should be Dozo Zabi. Yeah, I think that'd be a good fit. He's young enough. Not like compared to like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something, for example. I think just too old. He's big enough, young enough. I think a good age, probably, yeah, to play Dozo Zabi for first Gundam. Yeah. Jackie Chan as Master Asia. Yeah, man, the Dragon Ball movie. Whew. A lot of missed opportunities in the casting of that. I mean, that's the kind of their first of many problems that those movies had, but imagine how much better that movie would have been just with some better casting. Hex. It's just painful to even think about that movie. Yeah, Jackie Chan as Master Asia. Who would have been a better, like, Goku? I mean, I kind of wish they just wouldn't have even done the movie at all. It just shouldn't have. Someone just should have said no earlier. But, I mean, if they had to do the movie, who would have done a... Well, anyone would have done a better Goku, but who do you think would have been a good Goku for that? I don't know. Someone just unknown, I think. Not like an established actor, I think. Just someone completely unknown probably would have been good. I don't know. I don't know. One of the BTS guys or something. As much as I hate BTS, but like some younger, buff Asian actor, right? The Rock, The Rock as Goku, as like an older Goku. No, even that. No, just no. It would have been a good opportunity to have an actual Asian actor playing him. Man, I'm just like thinking about the other casting in that, man, it's just all bad. I was thinking like, then who would have been someone good to play Yamcha as well too, or Bulma? I mean, it was just bad, all bad. Yeah, literally any race could play him. Yes, I mean that's true. He's not from Earth in general, but I think it would have been a good opportunity to just. I mean, I don't want to get political about it, but it would have been a good opportunity to give an acting role to a nice, good, up-and-coming young Asian actor, which there's, admittedly, I would agree with, not a lot of Asian actors in Hollywood movies. They're usually often typecasted as Asian characters, I guess. I don't know, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? Anyway, yes, Goku could have been anyone or anything. It doesn't matter, but if I was in charge of casting, that's probably where I would have gone. Yeah, who would have been better, like, for Yamcha? Karl Urban could have been Yamcha. Probably someone younger would have been better, because Yamcha is also pretty young in this series as well too. Like I said, for like Dragon Ball. But Karl Urban could have done that. Now I'm doing the opposite, taking where they did cast an Asian person for Yamcha in the movie, and saying it should have been someone different. Keanu Reeves as Goku? Oh man, okay, yeah, I could get behind that. And speaking of Keanu Reeves, who could Keanu Reeves play in the Gundam universe? If they were doing like if they were doing a movie adaptation version of Unicorn Gundam, I could see Keanu Reeves playing. Oh shit! I can't remember. What's the old dude in the bed? It's not. What's his name? Shit. No. Keanu Reeves as Lacon Stratos. No, come on. Is it Cardius Vist? No, I was thinking Cardius Vist is Banagher's dad. Am I suddenly like forgetting the story of Unicorn? Siam. Captain Zinnerman. Oh man. Love the character in the series. Who would be a good person to play him? I don't know. And then who could play our beloved, rest in peace, Marita Cruz? Man. I feel like, what's her name? Would be like good for Marita Cruz. Keanu as Amuro's Haro. Oh god. No, not no, not Emma Stone. Come on. No, for what's her name? Damn. She's in Aeon Flux and what's her name? She's from South Africa, right? I'm suddenly drawing a blank on her name. Marita. Come on, someone help me out there in the chat. And in the Charlize Theron, yes, thank you. Thank you, Paulo. Yes, Charlize Theron, I think she's, you know, I don't know Marita's age. I know Marita's not that young, though. So I think Charlize Theron could play Marita Cruz pretty well. Don't you guys think so? I think that's a pretty good fit. That'd work. I'd be fine with it. Alright. Steve says she's too old. Yeah, I mean, she's certainly older, but I think she could still pull it off, because she doesn't need to look that much younger to play Marita. Because Marita doesn't need to look that young. Marita's not a teenager. I don't know her age in the story. But I mean, as long as she's like around like 30-ish, I think that would probably be alright. I think Charlize Theron could pull off close enough to that. So here's our guitar case shield, which is, I think you're probably not going to really end up using with this kit, but you've got it anyway. And then the guitar beam rifle. The most ridiculous thing. Alright. Here, and this one here. Even got the camera. Which goes into, this side. She just looks older because Banagher is so short. I guess that could also be true. Oh, there's a nub that I missed. Oh, someone called it earlier. Which way does that go? Up or down? Down. Yeah, for I guess like for the relationship with Zinnerman, Charlize Theron maybe would look too old compared to him. Because they wouldn't want someone too old to be playing Zinnerman. Zinnerman's got to look like around 40-ish or something like that, so maybe there would have to be more of an age difference. There would have to be more of an obvious age difference between the two of them, like for that relationship to look right. Who should play Banagher? I don't know. Tom Holland. There you go. Tom Holland as every Gundam protagonist. There you go. So there's your beam rifle, which fits into the back of the shield here. It should, right? Actually into the guitar case like that. There you go. That's fun. But there's the Extreme Gundam. These rifles are super cool. I definitely will probably end up using these rifles for something else. Probably. I don't know, because they're so super detailed and the design of them just doesn't seem to match the Gundam at all. Because this Gundam has a very kind of a little bit older HG look to it, and these look very detailed in comparison. They don't really match up that well, I don't think. these would look a lot better with like a Moon Gundam or something like that, I think. Like a much more detailed HG kit. I don't know. What do you guys think? They look like something from Destiny. Yeah, yeah. Kind of. Yeah. It does come with a stand as well too. Just got this simple one here. Clear stand you have for that, so that's nice. There you go. Alright, that is gonna be about it for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out. So like I said, I think probably if I can, I will maybe plan on building the Figure Eyes Labo Asuka kit. Here. Live tomorrow, so check back tomorrow for that. For today, that's a wrap. Gonna work on the review of this guy and also the L game kit that we built the other day. Need to finish the review for that one as well too. So thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you to those of you guys who donated with the super chat as well too. I'm not sure how many of them are still around in the chat, but if you did the super chat as well, thank you again for your support, guys. For today, I'll see you tomorrow probably, I'm thinking, most likely with Asuka, and then Friday we'll build some SD kits, so that'll be fun. I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of the day or